Yo, what's up, guys? A new Interserver Galactic World Battle, Rap Battle, something like that. I don't know. Either how, we are fighting a guild that probably has an Odin that's very swish. Now we're fighting Haku Wonderland. That's actually another European guild. We lost our previous round against Candy House, and therefore we're a little bit lower ranked, and therefore the matches are also somewhat easier, I guess. So with that, well, it's a little bit of easier clears, I would say. Itchy nose. So yeah, first fight, pretty easy, pretty standard, pretty old school defense. Also to talk about the defenses, what should you put on defense in this inter-server stuff? I would recommend every defense to have either a strip potential or a nuke potential. And what does that mean is that a team like this has a strip potential slightly, and therefore it has some potential to kill, so you cannot simply go Wusa insta-kill. Also, if you have like a nuke potential, like it can nuke through that like immunity and that kind of stuff, but I think the main things to counter, like sure, people cannot Lucian 5 times, sure, people cannot Tiana 5 times, but they're gonna Tiana you once, they're gonna Lucian you once, most likely. But if you have those two, okay. But then the next one they're gonna look for is like, okay, can we maybe Wusa Geni Rikayu, which is a very common offense, or do anything else with like 1 or 2 immunities and then sustain your ass or something like that. So those kind of teams, I recommend pretty much every team to have that one stripper. And strippers could be the Juno, the Praha, could be like a bunch of other things that also have like some kind of semi-strips. Iris is pretty decent. Anything like that, or a nuke potential. Like you saw in the first team, you have the Odin nuke out there. Dominic nukes are also fine. There's a bunch of those nukes which are possible and good. And with that, it can make your teams a lot better on defense in general. So this hit, oh, I do remember this hit. I was getting a good amount of despair hits throughout here. Resisted, another despair, yuck. So we still have 2 stacks and we're fully despaired again. That's not really helping. That is not really helping. But we still have 2 stacks. We should be Gucci, right? Shouldn't be too hard. Clear in the middle, clear on the left. 3 stacks. So watch this go. Additional turn. Not that big of a deal. I actually put it on auto for a little bit. I think I shouldn't have. But okay, land the Oblivion, so that's nice. Procs out of Oblivion, that is not nice. Resisted on that. Well, apparently he has a good amount of resist. Here I was like, wait, all my stacks are gone and my HP is pretty low. Okay, so we land another Oblivion, that's good, so we can kill it. Procs a guy and out of Oblivion. Okay, resist those 2, okay. Resist the Oblivion this time, okay. You have another chance, another resist on that Oblivion. That unit is about like 50 to 60 AC. Sure, it's 100, but every time the Oblivion did stuck, he procced out. And every other time, it was resisted. So we finally land an armor break, a little bit way too late. So I was hoping for sleeps, but the sleep also got resisted. Well, that unit has pretty low AC. So if we actually had a proc there, we might have still had a slight chance, but yeah, is what it is. Pretty lame. So yeah, this is one of those defenses I would say that's very bad. Not the previous one, this one. This one is very bad, like legit. If you put a Wusa into this team or anything like that, the team is never going to be able to kill anything, pretty much. And Sierra's gonna cycle out of her own turns to get rid of the immunity, so this team is going to not take any wins unless someone puts like a really bad team into it in offense. So this is a team I would recommend you to stay away from. Wouldn't use it, wouldn't recommend to do that. This is one of those teams I would more recommend. Like it has a bit of everything. It has the strip potential, it has the kill potential, it has the probably it dies instantly potential, but at least there's a lot of potential on those teams, right? So that is a 4-1. So going in one more time, we got a Dom Molly Perna. I don't really like that one either. It's just so much better to have the Theomars in there than the Perna, because you have armor break potential. Okay, so once again, my Galleon didn't really do all too much, which happens from time to time. A lot of people say this team is not safe because of that reason, because of the Galleon being able to derp and stuff. But I would say if your units are ruined good enough, it's still pretty doable to still make this into a win. And sure, it's not the easiest, but there's a lot of options. So that was resisted as well. But see, the moment your Galleon also does damage, it helps out so much more. So that's what's the difference between me and some other people on using this team. This team of mine wins, even if it's hella derps and shit, because the Tiana's good damage, the Galleon is good ruined, and that kind of stuff. So once again, one of those defenses, I would say, don't use this. A Wusa or any immunity unit, even a Fran would like just destroy this team. A Fran plus two nukers would instantly destroy this team. So once again, showcase of a bad defense. Bad defense, bad. It's not that bad, but well, yeah, no, actually, it's kind of bad. But yeah, well, Shaina Martina is also kind of cheats in offense. It still is. It will never change. Easy one. So what do we have over here? We do have somewhat of a strip potential on the Asher, but I would say I don't really like this team. It's also in general, I don't really recommend to put any net 4 defenses in here. Like, let's say Leo May is very meta right now, right? Putting a Leo May in here is probably good, but I would put Leo May in here with some net 5 stuff, not with net 4s. So, in general, like, maybe you want to put Shaina Martina in defense, but Shaina Martina in a net 5 defense is also not that great in most cases. This is one of those very old school teams, actually, the CR Orion Rakan. I wouldn't actually say it's that bad, because it has the strip potential, it has the nuke potential, it has the potential to be very annoying. So I would say the defense is actually not that bad. It's probably a defense that doesn't perform that well most of the times, but I would say it has potential to actually be pretty good. So yeah, if you have those units, most people do have Sierra and Rakan these days because they're both very old units. I would say it's pretty good. And this is also one of those net 4 defenses. Like, don't put net 4 defense in your Interserver guild battle defense, because there's just so many ways I can kill this. That's, I don't know, like, legit, it doesn't do anything. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. So we got a 9 out of 10. I should focus more to get those 10 out of 10s. Well, I was slightly unlucky on that Kinky, but I think I could have drafted a better team into that Kinky. And that would have made things a little bit easier. So yeah, that is that. We're just gonna get rid of this thing anytime soon right now. Jubel's also one of those units I'm still not really sure of if it's good or not. I made it, I double mounted it, I never used it. So yeah, that's that 9 out of 10 against Haku Wonderland. And probably next week we will have a different guild. Slightly more difficult because I think Haku Wonderland is G2, HG3, HG2 in Europe. So we shall see what we get next week. Hopefully one of the good guilds from like Global or Korea or Asia or something like that again. Would be cool. Either out, guys. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.